And I've always judged the value of San Francisco real estate by a one bedroom that's in that area. It's Soma, basically. For a buyer, we bid on one. We got into a bidding war. We ended up losing. So the fact that people are beating each other up to buy a one bedroom condo in Soma tells you everything you need to know about this market.
We have a super special episode for you today. We are doing a deep dive into San Francisco real estate, but not only that, we have Precious Star Moreno on the line, who's our go-to San Francisco person, and we're going to chat it up. We're going to figure out where San Francisco's been, where it's going, and why it may be the hottest real estate market in the country right now. Welcome to the show, Precious.
Hi, I'm so excited to talk about this because I've been here in the city or in the greater area for going on 22 years.
Oh, wow.
You want to know how I fell in love with the city?
No. Oh, yes, I do.
You don't? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Drew. Each time I meet you, it's even better each time. So the first time I came to San Francisco, I think I was around 5. My aunt lived in near Golden Gate Park in the avenues. And later on, she moved to near Golden Gate, near the Bay Bridge. And so they had glitter in the sidewalks.
What?
And yeah, there's glitter in the sidewalks. And I'm from a small town. So I was like, oh, this is the place. I'm going to live here. So I decided when I was 5, I was going to live in San Francisco because of the glitter in the sidewalks, which now looking back, shouldn't have been the indicator because there's a lot of glitter, even in the Tenderloin. So, I mean, I still love it. But now looking back, it's kind of funny to think I'm like, glitter in the sidewalks. This is why I need to be here.
I thought it was so cool that everyone smoked. This was back in
That's another good
1989.
reason. That's another good reason.
Anyways, let's get back on track. So, Fred, you're also online. Why don't you give a formal introduction to Precious Star Moreno?
Yes. It's Precious Star Moreno.
Precious Star Moreno.
Oh, you pronounce it Moreno. See, I'm used to Rita Moreno from the 60s and the 70s. Wasn't she a dancer?
I think she was an actor. I think she was an actress. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we can Google her, kids, and you'll find out.
I definitely know who that is.
Okay. She didn't know the song Precious and Few, but nobody should know that song. So that it should die with the 80s.
Well, now I know, and I will die knowing that song. Thank you, Fred.
Yes, I ruined her life. Anyway, so I have this listing in this building. It is a very cool penthouse with really 3 places you can go outside. 2 of them are private within the unit, and then there's the public one for everybody in the condo that's gigantic. So cool place. So when I do an open house in a building like this and it's secure and I got the door person and the elevators are locked, I needed a second person downstairs to kind of welcome everybody and then push them up and let me know they're coming, or vice versa. So for this system where I hire agents, I found Precious. She showed up and we were like instantly blah, 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 blah. You know, I just get, and she was with a generic real estate company. Well, you know the type, everybody out there.
Really, though?
Because I am the real estate antichrist and I'm proud of it. So we got talking, and the next thing you know, the next day, literally, she signed on with us, and she's going to be handling everything San Francisco and kind of a little bit to the south and probably into the East Bay for now. And through our guidance, and the way our system works is I'm on every deal. I know everything about everything, and we work kind of Slack channels, and that's how we're able to scale this and do this and keep the communications going. And so she's learning about that, seeing kind of how the process works with the back end and the communications, and it's done great. And she just has this je ne sais quoi about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Darn French. There we go. Yeah. Trying to improve my French accent. I don't know French, but I'm really good at the
Doing
accent.
great.
I didn't tell.
No, je suis américain, no comprends français. You know,
I would think it's like more gumption than anything.
Mm-hmm. And you just go blah, 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 and everybody understands you, you know. Anyway, 1 year of high school French. I wish I took more, but
I know one saying. Is it
Voulez-vous coucher?
s'il vous plaît?
Yeah.
Can I go to the restroom? That's the only thing I know. That's the only thing I know.
That helps.
This is the Hobart building, isn't this?
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's now called the Montgomery.
Oh,
That's the fancy name. It's a Beaux-Arts building.
Oh.
So after Art Deco. And it was, or was it before? I can't remember. Uh-oh, my art friends are going to kill me for that. My architecture friends. But it's 8 stories, and this is on the 8th floor. There are 4 units, 4 corner penthouses. It's really done up super all cool kitchen. It's hardwired for sound. It's got a projector. It's got a luxurious tub. It's really cool. We'll put the link here to the Arrivva page. It has the details where you can also download the disclosures and the inspections and actually make appointments. We make it easy for you. That's something, by the way, we do different than other agencies. If right now, if you're working with us and you see a property and you Slack us the link, we'll go into the MLS, we'll download the inspections, disclosures, and agent notes. Well, what we believe is that you don't need a buyer brokerage to download the disclosures. So go ahead and do it directly. So that'll save you time. What I can help you with is the agent to agent notes that are in the MLS, except start looking on homes.com instead of Zillow or Redfin. Now, they're not as good for what Zillow and Redfin give you for information, but they have for our listings, at least one of them I know of, the agent to agent notes, which is fabulous. You know, if there's offer dates or any quirks about the property, or if the agent is a licensed agent who's also an owner, there's a bunch of little stuff in there. Anyway, getting back to this place, it's 2-bedroom, 2 full baths. And again, the building's pretty cool, and it's there for the taking. So check it out and enjoy the pictures. Now, some of the pictures you're going to see are a little bit different than what you see typically in the MLS. And this is something new we've started, and we love it. Thank you, Google, Gemini, Nano, Banana, or however I have to, tell them who it is and how to appreciate it. Because what we're able to do now is I get the photographer to take the basic pictures. I put it in Nano Banana and say things like, show people having a party who are diverse in age and ethnicity, and show them eating a giant turkey. I can do whatever I want. And guess what? You might have to go 2-3 iterations, but I want to market the property so that people understand how the lifestyle is going to be in that property. And that includes putting people in it. Mm-hmm. Now, in the MLS, it says the rules say you're not allowed to put people in pictures. Well, they're not people. Right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, there's fake things that look like people. So I started that up in Seattle, and our listing sold in a week. It was incredible. So, but we're going to keep doing that in all these places because it just makes more sense, and it makes it nice to look at with people on it, compared to some crappy iPhone photos. And that's what you have to ask a real estate agent when they list your property. Tell me about the photography you do and how you enhance it. Some of them may not even have an answer for you. And they want to charge you 3%. It's mind-boggling. So
definitely a good way to stage it if you haven't actually staged the home, because the one that we did, 74 Montgomery, is empty right now. So it's nice to be able to put in your imagery to kind of see the vision of what the home is and what the experience is to be there versus seeing just the pictures alone. It makes it a lot more exciting for sure.
Right. You can put into those artwork. If you know a certain artist who'd look really good on certain walls, they're not going to take the artist's work and put it there if they're not a banana, but they're going to give you a representation of that style of work that can go up on the walls. So artwork, we have a bathroom shot the bathtub shot is to die for.
That one was pretty good.
Yeah, I really like that. So it's there. We're right before Thanksgiving, so this will probably come out afterwards, but we'll probably have open houses. So just follow along on the webpage or Redfin or Zillow. By the way, it's 74 new Montgomery.
Oh, New Montgomery.
New
Sorry.
Montgomery, different than Montgomery, it is unit 804.
Mhm.
So you can look on your Zillow or Google or
Right in the heart of San Francisco, which is what we're doing a deep dive on. Let's talk about the
Yes.
city. The city's back from what I hear.
It really is.
Oh,
It really is. So, I mean, I moved downtown just right at the end of the pandemic. I was living in the Richmond district, and for me, it was a little too far because it takes half an hour just to get across the city to get here. And I work a lot in fitness, so going back and forth was like 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I kind of bit the bullet to live downtown, but like I'd never lived in this area. This place is not for beginners. It's not for the weak. You know, like there's a lot going on. There's a lot of people and other things. And so
it's okay for New Yorkers for sure. They get it.
But I had always lived in the peninsula because like I'm originally a country girl from a 1 square mile town. So it was easier for me to live in the peninsula. You know, I started in Daly City, then I moved down to San Mateo, then San Bruno Pacifica, then the Richmond district, and then here. So very, very different. But moving here, it was really hard because it was still like pretty slow going in this area. But things are like businesses are opening back up. There's a mandate for people to go back to work. They are replacing all of the roads in the immediate area, even down over towards the Golden Gate Park. And I work at JCC as well. And they're redoing all the pavement in front. So the roads are being upgraded, and they're also cleaning our streets like at least twice a day, like pressure washing, especially in the downtown area that gets a lot of traffic. So it's amazing to see like they're cleaning up the streets. With our new mayor, they're also bringing events in for people to get excited again. So there's like what they call First Thursdays, First Fridays, where they bring in these events and community-based programs. Like they'll like pre-print screening with your children, or like make a, I don't know, necklace. But they have a bunch of different activities for both families or for people that are like between the 20 and 40 range. People are coming by droves. I can't go. I'm always busy, but they draw such big crowds. So it's starting to be exciting again. It's starting to have breath again, and people want to be here. And that also segues me into the next point, is that rents are going up. So my whole real estate journey was I wanted to be a leasing agent for my apartment so that I could get money off my rent. And then he said they weren't hiring after I did all that. And then his name was Lucas, and lovely gentleman. And then he goes, listen, we're not going to have a retention department anymore. That's being cut out. Rent's going up. We're not going to try to save people. We're going to try to raise the rent on everything. And I was like, oh, really? Yeah. And so he said, I could do one last thing for you because, you know, I've been working with him all these years. He goes, one last time, we'll renew your rent at the rate that you have. We won't raise it up. This will be the last thing that I can give to you, even though you said you were going to hire me and you didn't. But it's fine. We're here now. I'm with Arrivva. It was all meant to be. So then I was like, yeah, let's do that. And you have a cute little patio for my pets. They could be little feral animals as their heart's desire. It's not always great. They bring home live and dead things. It's a whole thing. Anyways, but it was so interesting because rent is rising up, which means the cost of rent and, you know, a mortgage might be really at that point where it would make more sense to purchase. So that's a really big thing. That's just something to consider. I feel like, me personally, I'm good where I am, but, you know, like eventually that'd be something I want to do. But yeah, rent is jumping up. People have to be here. Which means they need to, you know, be living in this area. And it's something that's going to affect our market. I think it's pretty steady at the time being, but only probably because the time of year. I think a lot of the sellers are really lowballing the price in the market, but it's not true. And that's affecting the amount of people that are actually wanting to buy, being able to buy because of that like bait and switch kind of situation. So,
oh yeah, we're very familiar with that.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy.
Now, is retail coming back to the city?
Yes,
a few years ago, we all
absolutely.
saw the YouTube video of the person walking down Market, and every single storefront was shuttered. Is business coming back to Market Street?
I mean, it was never that bad to begin with. They're obviously going to catastrophize anything. I've been here. I'm literally there. And so what they have done, like Macy's was going to close down. It's not closing anymore. They also brought in the Nintendo shop on the corner across from Union Square. They're bringing unique glow. They just reopened the Shoe Palace as something else. I forgot what it was, but a really big company. They brought Pop Mart, which is really popular. So you're like, oh, like what is that? Those things that are really popular, Labubus. You know, like where they sell Labubus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they have the whole market. They have a whole store, the Pop Mart now, and they have plans to bring in a bunch of different retailers within at least Union Square. This is like it's the epicenter for tourism. I don't hang out here. I live here, but I don't hang out here. It is it's so densely populated with people.
Tourists.
Yeah, I mean, I like it because it's near my gyms that I work at, so it works for me. But I don't hang out here. But it's densely populated with people. People are spending money. People are here. People are excited, and we're only going to like get better as the city redoes everything. Because I'm telling you, streets around here redone. They have new street lights. Like that's a lot of investment in something that they have to bet in. So like, I mean, I truly believe we're on the precipice of something really great.
That's great. Now help someone that may be considering moving to the city or someone that is not familiar, because San Francisco is really broken into so many different neighborhoods. We've talked a lot about how downtown's being revitalized, but what are some of the hot sections? Like if someone's considering something that may be a little more, whether it's like Forest Hill or the Richmond or the Avenues or West Portal, is there any like real hotbed that's like seeing a resurgence that's outside of downtown?
Let me think. I mean, I think all the neighborhoods, just like other than like downtown, has never left. I feel like they're only getting better. Like the Mission District, that's a great place for community. It's really, really busy, but I think that would be a place I would consider living just because there's so much community, there's so much art, there's so much food. Twin Peaks is a place where it's not too densely populated. Another place I would love to live in. And that has the most beautiful epic homes and views of the city towards the Bray Bridge. Other places like the Richmond, I feel like that's where I've seen a lot of what is the word? Demand. There's such high demand right now in the Richmond. And people are being very specific. And it's really interesting because it's these tech people. Do they not know that they are as far as they are, but they want to be near the ocean. They want to, and it is so cool because Golden Gate Park has a big portion of the park closed off called the JFK Promenade. So they have a bunch of like Burning Man art. They have installations. They have interactive, like they have pianos. They also host different events like yoga. They also have performances, comedy. So they're really trying to like create a place that's safe and that is bringing in people that are visiting the city and saying it is a beautiful city, because it is. Because if you're focusing just on downtown, of course you're going to say that. But if you went to the Richmond District, gorgeous. You went to, what is it? Twin Peaks, the Mission, or even Noe Valley. They're beautiful and they're clean. You can't base the whole city on downtown. That's silly. That's so silly because like if you visit the marina, they're gorgeous. They're fun to be in and to be around, and like in terms of food and just like being able to connect with people in your community. Like I said, downtown is not a starter. I would say it's something like if you've been in the city and you're used to like kind of more metropolitan kind of life, sure. But you have found so many cool neighborhoods within San Francisco as a whole.
I think you brought up an excellent point that people need to consider. They saw so much of the overtly dramatized versions of downtown. And to someone on the outside, they're like, oh, San Francisco as a whole it's horrible. But they were showing a very small section, and like the marina never fell out of favor.
Never, ever.
Even out towards Ocean Beach has still been revitalized. Is it true now they've completely closed Coast Highway and it's now a walking zone?
So it's called, what is it called? Ocean Dunes, I think. I might be right.
Yeah, they give it a name? Okay.
Yeah, they give it a name. So they closed the Great Highway, but here's the thing, it was dilapidated to begin with, and half the time it was closed and people are mad about it. However, you couldn't use it most of the time because of the weather off the water. So you have to use sunset, but now they have a bunch of art installations. People could bike, people could, bring their children and experience San Francisco, which is also then bringing in more tourism. And that's really important. Like a lot of our community goes there. That too, for sure. I think that too. But I think more honestly for community, because I used to live by there during the pandemic before I moved here. And I would ride on that Great Highway on my bike all the time. And it was so nice to be there and experience like nature in that way. And that's before it even looked good. It just looked kind of janky back then. I'd even roller skate there. It's not exactly the best pavement, but I feel like even more than like revenue, it's definitely more community because there's a lot of families there. A lot of people are raising their families along the shore, and it's another opportunity to be able to get out and connect with our beautiful city. And I don't think people understand how gorgeous it is because they're being spoon fed something that's just so minor in comparison to the whole.
Mm-hmm. And what about the south section that I don't know much about how that's been revitalized, like Potrero Hill, Bayside.
Potrero Hill's so beautiful.
It's awesome. Potrero.
It's so, but you know what we should talk about? The Bay View. Oh my God, the Bay View. So like a few years ago,
tell everyone where Bayview is so they can get a little.
So it's going south, right across from Brisbane, just before the airport. Is tucked along the water where Candlestick used to be. So that's the Bayview. So the Bayview, I didn't know much about it. I lived in Brisbane at one point when I first moved here for, 6 months with my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just there. It was kind of scary. It wasn't really, it was a different place back then. Mm-hmm. And it's been developed since existing and, new development all on the Bayview along the water there on the pier. They have, what is it called? So they have the biggest art community in the Bayview. They all live in this like art community. I don't remember what it's called, but they have different phases that they're revitalizing the shore. They're going to make a bridge from the Bayview over to, I believe, I want to say, where all those like tech companies are, like the biotech companies.
Mission Bay?
Yeah. So I think they might be making a bridge across. I was talking to a lovely realtor named Lynn, and she was telling me all about the plans that they're rolling out. They're going to also develop it so there's more trails along the water. And they're taking out all those old piers, like those buildings, they're taking them out. They will be rebuilding. Yeah.
That's the whole plan of literally going from Mission Bay south and revitalizing the whole waterfront.
It's wild. It's so exciting. It's so exciting to see. So there's more accessibility to homes. And so like not all the homes are just for like, there are luxury developments, but there are also community-based developments as well. So it's exciting to see that there's both, thriving in that area.
San Francisco's good about that. It's not Huntington Beach, that's for sure.
Thank God.
Yeah, exactly. A couple other things just to add on. First of all, the smartest company to go downtown did it a couple of years ago when it wasn't all good, and that was IKEA. IKEA.
Oh my God, it's up the
street
from my place. Yeah,
like it's Sexton Market, I believe. They have a store, and then next door they have a food court, and it's next to the building that Twitter was in. I don't know the status of that, but I'm sure that's going to turn over and become somebody else's office space rather than Twitter, because there's a whole thing with them.
It's a chaotic mess. Yes.
Google it, kids.
Listen, we don't speak of such things.
Right. So my favorite restaurant in San Francisco is not there anymore. It's a Slanted Door. Do you remember?
I heard of it. I've never been.
Never been. A bummer. I went
for the first time when it was a 12-seater in the Mission.
Really?
Old school. Okay.
I was about 5 of their restaurants before they went into. Well, I'm not going to.
Well, they went into the furry building, and that's where I found them in this gigantic space. It was just the food was amazing, the space was amazing, and then basically the pandemic shut them down. They opened another one over in Dublin, I think, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were planning on going back and having a new one in the Mission, not at the same location, I don't think. And then the guy who owned it died. But no, I went by there because I was at the furry. And if you go to San Francisco, you must go to the furry building on Saturday morning. It is the best farmer's market.
I've never been.
Ever. You have to go.
I don't have to do anything.
I'm going to take you there so I'll cut down on the mishmash. I know where everything is, but it's amazing. But I found
I passed by though.
the slanted doors space is now being taken over by a different restaurant.
Oh, great.
It was one of these fancy upscale food I'd never even heard of and charging it, $80 for it kind of place. But I'm sure it'll do well. It was always been a expense account restaurant.
That was a flagship restaurant location right there. And right next door, is Hog Island still there?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
God. Yes. And the lines are still ridiculous.
Oh, the lines are always there.
Furry building is almost full. There's a lot of new stuff. If you haven't been there a few years, go. It is just off the charts. So speaking of that in that area, kind of a little bit south of there is where a lot of condos are. And I've always judged the value of San Francisco real estate by a 1-bedroom that's in that area. It's Soma, basically. And they used to go between 600 and 650. And so that's how I knew if demand was high, it'd be 650. If the demand wasn't high, it'd be down at 600. I mean, within a few dollars, either direction. But about 2 months ago, for a buyer, we bid on one that was listed in the low sevens. We bid a little over asking, and we got into a bidding war, and we ended up losing. So the fact that people are beating each other up to buy a 1-bedroom condo in Soma tells you everything you need to know about this market, especially the back-to-work people. My customers
they're fighting.
My clients ended up buying a different property, actually new construction.
Oh, really? Where?
Same area.
Okay.
But the reason they bought it, they wanted to be near Caltrain because they live in Menlo, in the park, but one of them works in San Francisco. So instead of schlepping home on Caltrain at night, they now have a place to sleep. Mm-hmm. So there's that pied-à-terre idea of these 1-bedroom condos. So between that, real people who have to move here for work, families, the single families that are in good areas, good price, all that kind of stuff, they're flying. They're flying off the shelf. And the interesting thing about San Francisco is, don't quote me exactly on this, but I believe it's a lottery system to get your kids into different schools. So you don't have to live in the neighborhood that has the good schools. Yes.
And you have a dog and 2 cats. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Well, when they go to first grade, you'll figure it out.
When they go, I'll let you know.
You'll let everybody know. That's pretty smart animals. But the point is, you can find the house in the neighborhood you want to be in. And the kids might go somewhere that takes a little longer to get to, but it's a better school, but you don't have to live like in the South Bay. Everybody's killing themselves to buy in Cupertino because it's the best schools, Sunnyvale, Palo. And now, if it's farther down in San Jose where it's a 5 out of 10 elementary school, the prices aren't going to be as high and it's not going to sell as fast. It's that simple. So, but San Francisco has that uniqueness of the schools. So you don't have to kill yourself to all live in one area, but things are selling. But now just for everything, and I don't know if it's going to translate into San Francisco, the time between Thanksgiving and the Super Bowl is the slowest time of the year for real estate sales. So if you're looking to buy, I hate saying this is the best time to buy. This is
the best time to buy. We have said it. We have said it right here. It's the best time to buy. Please come. Please come buy some houses.
Oh, and interest rates are lower, and you can get a 50-year interest-only mortgage and have it transferred.
Well, actually, though,
forget that.
I'm going to be showing some houses to my friend the first weekend of December. So you know what? It's probably true. It is the best time of the year.
We'll see. Here's the thing: people go away for Thanksgiving, they go to the relatives. Everybody's got an opinion of real estate. I was at a thing last night and some guy starts talking about something. Didn't know what he was talking about. I corrected him very nicely. He says, "Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that." So, but your Uncle Stu is going to tell you things that aren't true, that were something 30 years ago. And then you're going to worry. And then you might just want to get rid of the house because of what he said.
Really?
Anything who knows what the conversations are like over Thanksgiving, but it can change the mindset of some sellers.
That's fair. I mean, I want to hear something crazy I heard today. I was teaching a class.
Always.
Good. I'm going to tell you anyways. I was teaching these 3 ladies Pilates and the one lady in the house. I always tell them, I was like, okay, now that we're done, I need you to know I could help you buy or sell a house because I am a realtor.
No, you're not. You're
Well,
not a realtor.
Okay, what am I?
You're a real estate agent. You're an agent.
I'm a real estate. Well, I
You're
still
not
have,
a-
I still have
You're
association.
you're no
I still
longer a
have my
member of the-
association until January. So technically, I am a realtor.
Oh, you quit. You're not with us because we're not realtors.
Okay, anyways, I'm just letting them know I'm in real estate, okay? Can I finish my story?
Yes.
And so I didn't
And
know.
you're with a fixed price company that's unbelievable, led
Can
by
I
this
tell
guy.
my story, please?
Yeah, now
Okay.
you can.
So anyways, so the lady is like, I tell this to most of my classes and they know I'm just over the top and theatrical. And they're like, I'm like, what else am I? What else can I do? And I'll say it. And so anyways, I said it and one lady gave me a dirty look, which is fine because I'm used to it. I work in fitness. And she goes, I got a cold call from a person that asked me if I wanted to sell my house. And I'm like, what do you
How
mean?
rude is that?
I go, that is so unethical. Did you get the number? I'm like, you should report them. I was like, that is not okay. I'm sorry
Get
that
on the
happened.
do not call list. That's
Oh
what you
my-
tell them to do.
Yes, I'll do that.
I must
Google,
get 10 texts a day of someone wanting to buy my house.
do
Really?
not call, do not mail. Yes.
I'm on
Get
everyone's
this
like
list.
cold.
I need to do
Are you-
that.
Dude,
I
you're
did
not on the
once.
do not call list?
I use it for market research. I want to get I want to get all this like
You're like, don't judge me.
spam.
You want to get calls from the past. Hi, this is 1967 calling. This is the only way we know how to market. Would you like to sell your
Market
house?
research. Oh my God. You know what I did? I did one search for some health insurance just because I wanted to compare my work. Now they won't stop calling me.
Mm-hmm.
Just off. Yeah, because you checked the little box it off.
Yeah, I did. I did do that. That was self-inflicted for sure. But you know, I didn't
Right.
know. I didn't know
That's
that
when
I would
you
be
get the
being called at
blunder.
7:00 in the morning.
You get
Well,
the
I wake
Google
up at
voice
5.
number. And
I wake up
block
at 5. I went to work by accident an hour early. I thought my car was stolen. And then I got there and I thought it was 10 minutes till the class started. And then I was like, wait, don't I start at 7? And it was 6.
it. You were on somewhere in the Pacific time.
I just like to be punctual,
We're proud of that. Me too.
except for today.
15 minutes early is being on time, kids. Being on time is really.
I mean to this meeting.
As we're wrapping down here, what is your favorite aspect of San Francisco, especially today versus 20 years ago? 10 years ago.
Circle back to me because I want this to be meaningful.
Okay, Fred.
The airport.
That's
The
not even San
airport.
Francisco. It's in
It's in
South
San
San
Francisco.
Francisco. That's
I'm
not
telling
San
you, when it-
Francisco.
When you come into SFO,
It's
and
really
it's
nice
like
though.
Terminal 1, Harvey Milk Terminal. It's
Yes.
awesome. Look at
That's
everything
true.
you want there, and it's comfortable, and it's a pleasure. Even if you have to fly out or fly in, I don't take luggage. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's pretty convenient for getting the Ubers. I heard
Ubers.
the Ubers lifts, but the Waymos are going to get there because
I love the
that'll be
Waymos.
real nice. Its proximity to the city is nice. And in general, I was up in North Beach the other day, and it's just vibrant without being crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good
But-
feel to be in San Francisco.
Yeah.
It's seeing the diversity of architecture is amazing.
Mhm.
You go to Denver, everything was built in the 80s. Everyone is, it's a Toll Brothers development, it's a Leonard development, it's somebody else's development. They're all stucco, and there's no history there.
They're all
So-
stucco.
I mean, sorry, Denver. I mean, no bad props against you. It is what it is. But San Fran is definitely different. And just a reminder to everyone, if you go there in August, it's not going to be hot. We have what's called microclimate. Every block is going to be a different temperature, and it's going to be cold.
Yeah,
Rain,
that's San
storms, and
Francisco
switching.
every day.
Yeah, because they must sell
the March
Every day,
24th,
San Francisco.
The coldest winter I ever felt was a summer in San
in
Francisco.
San Francisco. Exactly.
It was
I was
extra
in the
cold. We
wine
had the most
store.
rain that we've ever had since the 80s or the 70s.
So I spent 10 years working in a wine store as a wine buyer. We were out on the avenues, and people
Uh-huh.
would ask if our cellar was temperature controlled. We just said it was climate controlled.
Because
Because
it is. It's cold there.
the ocean was always 55 degrees.
Yeah, if not colder.
Mm-hmm.
I think mine is honestly, I love people coming back into the community. It has to be the music events. Like I'm not going to half of these live music events, but I love that my community has accessibility and music is a big part of my life. So being able to be part of a city that takes that very seriously makes me very excited. So I think that's the thing that's come back since the pandemic. I wouldn't say 10 years, but I think it's a beautiful thing to see our city like grow again in a very beautiful way and also be able to provide more safety and these musical events and community events that's what brings the heart back to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. That's a great one. For me, I would say it's resilience and its ability to keep its soul while continuing to evolve. And also
Definitely.
the public transit. I always lived out on
It's
the
good.
avenue, but I could always bop on downtown whenever I wanted. And that's only expanded in the last 10 years.
Yeah, they're definitely getting better too, except for I think there was a fire at one of the stations the other day at Civic Center.
No, well, up until last week.
Stuff happens.
It'll be fixed.
It's fine. They're running again.
There you go. It's a great city. Really great city.
Wonderful city. I'm
Yeah.
sold.
You know who to reach out to. Arrivva.com. And if you're looking to look at this active listing on New Montgomery, go to arrivva.com/active and you can sign up to schedule a tour. It's been an awesome episode and we all got to meet Marino. You can tell we're coming to the end of the podcast.
Yeah, because Drew screwed it up.
Possibly do it correctly. We're honored to meet Precious Star Moreno. We'll have another one on next week. Thank you, everyone.